still isn't quite right. I'm going to have to take off a little bit more yet. So what is it I'm doing? Well, you may have noticed that the sprocket was a little noisy and I replaced it, but my chain was still sloppy, and that's the chain that comes directly off of the clutch going to the right angle drive box. So what I have decided to do, I have these roller bearings, roller wheels off of roller blades. Actually, these are probably off of a skateboard. And I found that the bearings that are on there are not that tight on this particular one. I did use one already. You can see how sloppy it is on the shaft, and then the bearing itself is rather sloppy too. So to eliminate that problem, I came over here to one of my parts drawers, and I have been collecting over the years bearings of all different sizes and shapes, and when I take stuff apart I save them. And I even have some new ones in there that I've collected from different sources. Well, as it turns out, this one here fits exactly into this wheel. Okay? I'll push that back out because that's not the one we're using. I got two others just like it. I'll take you back over to the bench now. And I have two others just like it. And we're going to pop them in there like that. And like that. And the shaft that was on the roller blade, on the roller blade, is actually 1/2 inch, but it's still too sloppy. This is actually a perfect fit, look at this, for a metric bolt. No play at all. So here's my dilemma. This is the 3/8 bolt that I had used for this sprocket. But that's too big for me to screw this into the boss that I already welded on the bracket for this. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut this off, and then I'm going to weld this head right onto there. That way I can screw this into the boss on the bracket I already made. Then this will go into my wheel like that, and I'll put a washer and a nut on there. I might put another washer on the inside. So let's go and take a look and see how this is going to fit. I think I'm going to have to take this bolt, the two bolts, after I cut this one down. I think I'm going to have to take them to the machine shop and have them weld this. And I'm going to have it do it with a MIG, not a MIG welder, but a TIG welder. Right now I don't have clearance to do any welding, so I'm trying to behave myself, even though I'm out here today. And I still have on my arm restrictor brace. Woo! Wrong way. So that I'm essentially one-handed. You see that? Yeah. So I'm essentially still one-handed. But, you know, it's always good to get your fingers dirty. And yeah, I've even got these fingers dirty. I've got a white t-shirt on, and I'm being very careful not to get anything on that, you know. And that's my proof of process that I'm not getting it dirty. So I think the way this is going to go is that this is actually going to go this way with this nubbin on the inside there, okay? But for the sake of putting it in and seeing if it's going to fit, we're going to take it over now and just try sliding this into the boss and see how close we are. I might have to take it down a little bit more. I guesstimated that was the amount, but I didn't want to go too far. So hold on to your hats, because here we go. Whoa! Woo-hoo-hoo. Walk this way. Well, not the way that I walk. Okay, now, can you see down in there? Yeah, you can. Now, let's see. Now, I'm going to turn this around and do it this way. Let's see if this will fit and go into the boss. Not quite. I still need to take just a little bit more off. So it looks to me that if I take it down to that red mark, I'll be just about right. So I'm going to take it down. You don't need to watch it turn on the lathe anymore. I'll turn it down and we'll bring it back. Okay, we've turned it down some more, and you can see I took it down. You could just barely see a little bit of the red line left. So let's see how this goes in here now. Yeah, that's going to work just dandy. That'll be perfect in every way. Now I've got to modify my bolt so that I can put the 3/8 thread on the end of this metric bolt. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to drill out this end so it's 3/8, so that my 3/8 bolt will slide in there, and then when I take it to the machine shop, they can just TIG weld it on there. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to your hat. Well, I started off by cutting the threads off of a bolt, and I was going to weld this together. Of course, I can't do any welding right now, and I was going to take it to the machine shop and have them weld it, and I thought, well, why do that? Why not make it one piece? Because a weld in there, no matter how good it is, still going to be a weak point. So now we're going to move over to the lathe, and we're going to cut that bolt down. You saw me cutting the head off it, and I'm going to cut the shank down until I get it to the right size for my roller wheel to fit on there. Oh, just a little bit more. Okay, now the proof is in the pudding. And there we go. I know the wheel ain't exactly perfect, but it'll be good. Now we got to cut this off and thread it, put a nut on there to hold this in place so it don't slide back and forth. I think 5/16 is going to work. That's what we're going to find out. Don't go that easy. This is just the final cleanup pass. Now we'll try the nut. See if it works. There we have it. This is a locking nut, so it won't go down any further without a wrench. We got our part made. There it is. I'm going to clean up these threads here. I need to get a pair of soft jars to use on my vise. I'll run the tap over this just to clean that up, and we're ready to put together. I'm going to put a little blue Loctite on this so it'll hold it in place, but be able to remove it if I have to. Just like that. Just snug enough going in that can't quite do it by finger. Here we go. Sure helps if you don't have shaky hands. Okay, that's bottomed out there now. I should be able to get my nut back off. That's a self-locking nut. Okay, now the proof is in the pudding. A cold start, you know. Well, it works. And now I'm thinking that noise is not from this, like I thought it was. So it's either from the box or from the clutch. We'll have to find that out. But that'll take care of us for now. And I'll take you around, show you one other thing. We had modified pulley on this side, but I don't think I showed you that I did the similar thing. I turned down that wheel so that it's got some cushion on it on top of the bearings. So we're all set to go now. Now as soon as I can get my body back in shape, another week and I'll be having the staples out, and then maybe I'll be able to get the body back on here. Get the body back on, and in the meantime I'm also going to pull that flywheel off of there. We're going to advance our timing, see if we can get a little more power out of it. Till next time, well, I'm gonna smile at you today. I finished getting dressed. Yeah, I did. I even put my teeth in. Yeah. And if you happen to see my wife today, she's put up with me for 54 years today. That's my wife, Claudia. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, and I don't think I got any grease on my sleeve because I haven't had my hand in it. I got grease on my hand. I gotta go wash them. I'm gonna go take out my wife for supper and celebrate our anniversary. Thanks again for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, sharing, all them good things. And I hope this video comes out with some sense of order and get you to understand what I was doing with that idler. Bye for now.